Welcome back. Pakistan's government, already battling the Taliban and trying to bail out a submerging economy, is facing a wrathful opposition leader. Imran Khan, a former cricket star and leader of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, claims last year's national election was stolen through massive electoral fraud. Khan's led an army of his supporters to the capital, Islamabad. They vow to stay until the government of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif resigns and there are new elections. Here's our contributor in Pakistan, Hassan Iftikhar.
Just a year after general elections took place in Pakistan, opposition parties are out on the streets protesting against the government. The protests began on August 14th, Pakistan's Independence Day. Even though the government had announced their own celebrations for the day, nothing they could manage compared to the crowd Imran Khan was able to pull. Mr. Khan and his party were able to bring hundreds of thousands on the streets from all across the country to protest the rigging. Even on social media, there was a lot of chatter about these protests. Calling upon his supporters, Mr. Khan wrote this on Twitter, wishing all Pakistanis a happy Independence Day. Today, we embark on our Azadi March to bring true democracy and Naya Pakistan. Khan's march, called Azadi or Freedom, got Pakistan's establishment excited. The Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, who also belongs to Imran Khan's PTI, wrote this post. Peaceful protest is PTI's constitutional right. Central government should not create hurdles for peaceful protesters. We will fight for our rights. However, not everyone was impressed with Mr. Khan's protests. The son of one of Pakistan's military dictators, Ziaul Haq, wrote about Khan's demand. The agenda is clear: resignation. Based on what? Can someone explain? Another user, a renowned television news anchor, wrote, PTI's demand for PM's resignation makes little constitutional, legal and even political sense. Clearly, Prime Minister won't resign over PTI's threat of dharna. Another user, the New York Times correspondent here, wrote, Imran Khan has raised the stakes too high and might find it difficult to climb down. A TV news anchor wrote, Imran Khan creates with me or against me situation for parties. He believes he represents good, all others are evil. International observers believe that last year's elections that brought Nawaz Sharif to power were generally fair, though a team from the European Union noted several problems. For many on social media, these protests are more about sour grapes and Imran Khan's frustration. I am Hassan Iftikhar for LinkAsia in Lahore.
In neighboring India, the country's parliament had a long and acrimonious debate this week about a rash of violent incidents between Hindus and Muslims. Government figures show there were more than 110 so-called communal clashes in May and June. Opposition parties blame supporters of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. The party and its leader, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, have roots in Hindu nationalist groups who oppose what they see as decades of catering to religious minorities, notably Muslims. The more extreme groups want a Hindu-based nation with Hinduism as the state religion, Hindi as the only official language, and Hindu-centric history taught in schools. As our contributor in India, Ajoy Bose, reports, these groups are causing problems for the new government.
India's dreams of an economically forward under a dynamic new political leadership are fast fading. The obstacle for Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not the official opposition parties. He spectacularly demolished them in the parliamentary polls 3 months ago. Ironically, the challenge is being posed by his own party, BJP's ideological mentor, a coalition of Hindu nationalists called the Sangh Parivar or family, who are not only opposing his development agenda, but also fueling communal tensions. The Sangh appears determined to stall the new Prime Minister's election promise of radical reforms. Swadeshi Jagran Manch is an ultra-nationalist group which seeks to firewall the Indian economy from foreign investment. It has bitterly opposed Modi's moves to increase foreign investment in railways, defense, and insurance sectors. Another Sangh group, representing farmers, has halted field trials of genetically modified crops, which had been cleared as safe by a government committee. The Sangh is meddling in education, changing curricula, reconstituting research bodies, and amending entrance examinations to promote a Hindu-centric worldview. An English comprehension test for all India civil service exams has been scrapped. The Sangh wants Hindi to dominate. The controversial writing of Dinanath Batra, a Hindu fanatic, has been introduced to school children in textbooks. Among some of Batra's bizarre contentions are that non-vegetarians steal, fight, and commit sex crimes. The growing clamor of Hindu nationalist sentiment is provoking communal tensions in India's most populous state of Uttar Pradesh. Significantly, since the new government was formed less than 3 months ago, there have been as many as 600 incidents of communal strife in the state. Social media has been buzzing. Some users are disappointed at the slow pace of reforms. Others are openly critical of fanatics like Batra. But there are still many who have faith in Modi and feel he should be given more time. It is true that these are early days, and Modi needs more time to fulfill his promise to make India a strong and modern nation. But to even begin to move forward, he has to shake off those supporters who seek to take India backwards into religious bigotry and sectarian strife. For LinkAsia, this is Ajoy Bose in New Delhi.
Now on US airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.